All right, let's talk about AI. It seems like it's everywhere, constantly reshaping our world and especially our jobs. And that whole conversation can feel, well, pretty overwhelming, full of both hype and fear. So today, let's cut right through all that noise and figure out where our real, true human advantage lies in this new age of intelligent machines. Whenever we talk about AI, the conversation tends to get super emotional, right? It feels like it always swings between two big extremes. On one side, there's this intense fear about jobs disappearing, and on the other, there's this kind of, well, almost blind denial. But here's the thing, neither of those reactions, the fear or the denial, is actually helpful. The real opportunity, where the real value is, that's found when we push past that initial gut reaction and get to a place of clear-eyed understanding. And that right there is the million-dollar question. I mean, it's one thing to say, hey, don't react emotionally, but what does it actually mean to lead in an era that's being defined by these intelligent systems? How do we make ourselves truly essential?
So what's the answer? Well, it might not be what you think. See, the key isn't trying to outcompute the machines or just get a little faster at what they can already do. Nope, it's all about mastering a completely different kind of contribution.
So, here's the crucial point. Our new role isn't about competition. It's about direction. Our value comes from our unique ability to provide judgment, to give purpose, and to guide these incredibly powerful tools. Think of it this way. We're the strategists, not the calculators. And this is a brilliant way to picture the shift. AI has made analysis, well, abundant. We can get patterns, simulations, and all sorts of options pretty much instantly. But what's still really scarce, and because of that, incredibly valuable? Responsibility. And that's where we come in. Okay, so how do we actually do this? We can break this whole human advantage thing down into 4 core pillars. Just think of these as the foundations for using effective judgment in the age of AI. Let's start with the first one. Pillar number 1 is all about decision ownership. I mean, think about it. An intelligent system can spit out 1,000 different plans, but it can't own the final call. It can't be held accountable for what happens next. That is a uniquely human act. And this really gets to the heart of it. When the stakes are real, when you have to make tough trade-offs, accountability is everything. Owning the outcome, that's precisely what makes human decision-making so irreplaceable and so valuable. Okay, pillar number 2, quality recognition. AI can produce a just staggering amount of stuff. Text, code, images, you name it. And what that means is the bottleneck isn't creating things anymore, it's selecting the right things. Exactly. Your ability to look at 10 AI-generated options and know which one truly fits the situation, which one aligns with the purpose, and which one meets a really high standard, that's not some soft skill anymore. That is strategic leverage, and it requires carefully cultivated judgment. Which brings us right to our third pillar, direction shapes value. See, an AI can optimize a process to be as efficient as possible, but it can't tell you why you should be doing it in the first place. Defining that why, well, that's on us. And man, this is so powerful. Data and analysis are just tools. They don't inspire anyone to act. People rally around a mission, a vision, a clear direction. Providing that why is a fundamentally human contribution that gives all this technology its real meaning. And our fourth pillar, this one reveals a surprising truth. Automation actually raises the bar. It's a really common mistake to think that better tools make our thinking less important. But in reality, it's the total opposite. When the execution part gets automated, the quality of your initial thinking is what truly stands out. I just love this quote because it's so direct. Technology is an amplifier for your thinking. If your thinking is crystal clear, the results will be amazing. If it's sloppy, well, that's going to get exposed real fast. As AI handles more of the how, your ability to define the what and the why makes you absolutely essential. Okay, so we've got these 4 really powerful principles, but what do they actually look like in the real world? Let's take a look at how this all builds into concrete applications for anyone working in a digital space today. So let's make this super practical. For an online business, it means you're the one deciding if you're optimizing for long-term customer love or just short-term sales. That's a strategic call AI can't make. In your career, you're going to advance by taking ownership of a project's success or failure, not just checking off tasks. When you're picking technology, you're looking for tools that support your judgment, not replace it.
And for you, personally, it means positioning yourself by being known for your clear standards and your unwavering direction.
So as we start to wrap this up, the core message becomes incredibly clear, doesn't it? In this new world, the ultimate source of your professional leverage, it isn't the tool you use. It's the responsibility you're willing to take on. So let's just recap those key takeaways. First, always remember that automation is just going to amplify your thinking, for better or for worse. Second, owning your decisions is your key differentiator. Third, being able to spot quality now matters way more than just producing a ton of output. And finally, the direction you provide is what gives any piece of technology its true meaning and purpose. And that's really the bottom line. The tools are going to change. They'll get faster, they'll get more powerful, but the thing that secures your long-term relevance, your unique and defensible value, is your willingness to embrace responsibility. So I'll just leave you with this to think about. As all these intelligent systems get more and more woven into our work and our lives, the single most important question you can ask yourself is this: what direction will you provide?